How's going on everyone? Welcome to another video in the series of MediaPipe, and in this video we are going to use MediaPipe library, and in that there is a solution called hand solution, and with that we are going to detect 21 different hand landmarks on our hand. And you can see on the screen that these are the different landmarks you can detect on your hand, and it is running at 30 frames per second. So you can just quickly get an idea how quick is it to process your all the images. It is just running in real time 30 frames per second even on CPU. So I hope you all are excited to see how it works, and I am super excited to take you through all this. Let's start the video. Alright, so I'll start by creating a new Python script on the desktop. You can just store it wherever you want to. Let's open with Sublime. Again, it's your own preference, use whatever you want to. So we'll start by importing MediaPipe first of all. Next we'll import NumPy also, and at last of course we'll need CV2 in order to read from real-time webcam. Now I'll quickly write the CV2 for video capture class in order to read from webcam. So I'll just quickly fast forward that because I have repeated this code so many times, so you could feel boring if I again start explaining you about this. Alright, so this is the code for reading from our directly webcam of our laptop or computer, and then extracting out the frame by using this line and then showing it on the screen to the user. And if user presses escape key, then this if control statements get activated and destroy all the windows, and then release the camera resource and then break out of this true loop. That's all, nothing too much complex in it. Now the real game begins. So we will have to import some create some objects or variables. So we'll first create a hands, and we are going to use a solution inside MP which we have named MediaPipe, and in that there is a solution called hand. So inside solutions there is a solution called hands solution. Now we will have hands mesh class. So we'll use this one hand variable. So we'll say hands dot hand. This is the class, and this class is going to process this image which we are going to pass in a bit. So first let's talk about the parameters or arguments you can set for this hands class. The first one is static image mode, another one is minimum detection confidence, then minimum tracking, and then maximum number of hands you want to detect. Some of are a bit obvious, and the one I want to talk about is static image mode. What happens when we pass the image for processing inside this hands object? So what happens, it first going to detect for hands and then later on start tracking that hand. If this boolean parameter set to false, if this set to true, it will going to always in every frame try to detect the hand, not going to track anymore. So this minimum detection confidence, it just makes sense if it is just the confidence which you want to be threshold, meaning if the confidence is greater than this 0.5, then we will consider it as successful hand detection, otherwise not consider it as hand. So one thing I am going to set is static image mode is equals to true. This is going to take more computation, but at the same time it will be better results. Another I want to change is minimum detection confidence. Let's change this to 0.7 for more better results. Okay, so this is it for now. Now we will convert this FRM to RGB since OpenCV reads in BGR format. So we'll say RGB image equals to, and we are going to use CVT color function inside CV2, and we are going to pass this frame, and the code would be very simple, color underscore BGR to RGB. That's all. Now we are going to create the OP variable, meaning output, and we are going to call this hand mesh object, and in this there is a class called function called process, and in this you just have to pass this RGB image. That's all. Now we are going to see what are the attributes and functions you can call by using this OP. So let's run this quickly. So I will open a terminal and change the directory to desktop, and you see there is a file called hands.py. So I'll just run it by saying python hands.py. So if I run it and press escape, you will see just bunch of this type of list, and these are actually all the attributes and function you can call using this OP variable. So when we are interested in this multi-hand landmark, so I'll just copy it, and let's just try printing this. That's all. Let's run this. So you'll see that it is returning none. It will return none when there are no hands detected. Otherwise, it's going to return the list of landmarks of all the hands it is able to detect. So we are going to pass this inside this if control statement, and in this we are going to iterate in this op.multi-hand landmarks. That's all. Since we can detect more than one hand, so it will be list of all the hand, and in that there will be all the landmarks. Alright, so now it's time to draw the landmarks. So again, there is a function inside mp.solutions, and the function or module name is drawing utils. So this is one we are interested in, and now we'll call this by saying draw dot, and again there is a draw landmarks function. So in that we will going to pass our first of all frame on which you want to draw. In this case it's this one. Next, this list of landmarks, so in this case it's I. So that's all actually to detect and draw the landmarks. Let's quickly run this and see. Alright, so if I just take my hand in the frame, you see that there are only red dots. How to create the connection? Well, it's very easy to create. You just have to use this hands variable. Just call this, and in that there is a statement called hand connections. So what it does, if you have a look inside this draw landmarks function, there are some arguments you can pass. First one, of course, the image on you want to draw, then a list of all the landmarks, and then there is something called connections. So what does this connection mean? It need to have list of tuple which tells which point should be connected to which point, or which landmark should be connected to which landmark. So once if we save this and run this, you see if I take my hand in the frame, now there is a green line drawn. Another thing I want to introduce you inside this draw landmarks is this landmark drawing spec, and same as connection drawing spec. Now what it does, using this you can just change the color, you can change the size, you can change the radius of the circles being drawn on your hands. Well, it is very easy to call. You just have to say landmark drawing spec and just use this draw variable which we have already created, and in this there is a class called drawing spec. Once you call this, again there will be some parameters you can set for it. Some of them are, you can set the color, you can set the thickness, you can set the circle radius. So let's try changing the circle radius to, let's say, something obvious 20, if we can see clearly. So you see that the circle is just filled with very big the landmarks are filled with very big circles. Let's just change this back to that 2. If you want to change the color, it is again very easy. You just have to say color equals and pass the tuple of the colors you want. So if I want the color something like this, alright, so you see the color is now yellow. So actually that is all about I want to talk about in this video, and in the upcoming video we are going to use this for creating the virtual seek bar. If you remember, I have just uploaded it few days back. So if you want to check that video also, you may just hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that bell icon. So a lot of cool stuff in MediaPipe series is about to come, so make sure to subscribe and stay connected with me because I'm going to teach you a lot of things. So with this said, I would like to end the video and I'll see you in the next video.